The really best 140 is here. No Teófimo, Pussy. No Ryan. Who is Ryan? No Haney, Chicken. No Rolling. He's a joker. And the word no. So, what happened? I'm here. Who going fight with me? Who?
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to speak on this. I wanted to touch on this and really dig my teeth into this topic because, and I want to give a shout out to this channel. I want to give a shout out to this content creator because, I don't have a lot of time to really be watching a lot of channels these days like I did in the past. I've upped my work ethic quadruple fold this year, tenfold this year. But when I do have a chance to watch other channels, other boxing content creators in this space of the YouTube boxing community, one of the guys I've been watching a lot recently is my main man, Miracle Boy Boxing. So make sure y'all go subscribe to Miracle Boy Boxing. He only has I think 250 or 60 subscribers. So run his channel up because I feel like he just gives you the good level-headed boxing talk, which is what I like. I'm not really here for the drama. I'm just here for the boxing, and that's what he gives us. So he's the inspiration for this video. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Miracle Boy Boxing. Now, Miracle Boy Boxing is Puerto Rican. He's very big on his Puerto Rican fighters. I'm Puerto Rican too, So shout out to Puerto Rico and all that. But he was speaking about Subriel Matias and how basically in the 140 division, it seems like whether it's the champions or top contenders, everyone either acts like he doesn't exist or just demeans or shoots down the chance of fighting him for the world title, which is kind of crazy because this guy is not just any run-of-the-mill fighter. He's literally the IBF world champion. He's not a mandatory. He's not a guy to try to work his way up the rankings. He is the IBF champion, and I truly believe that anytime he steps to the ropes, he is must-see TV. So it's crazy. It's not one fighter. It's not two fighters. It's like 3, 4, 5 fighters, prominent fighters, big names. So let's talk about it because just to put it bluntly, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but this is just the blunt, the honest truth. I really feel like Subriel Matias' presence in the 140 division is bringing out the bitch in a lot of fighters. Just being honest, because I feel like, yes, this is a business, this is prize fighting, but at the same time it is a sport, and we still got to maintain some sort of competitive integrity in boxing. And I feel like the champions, your guys like Devin, Haney, your guys like Teofimo Lopez, even to a degree. And I'll give Tio a little bit of a benefit of the doubt, but I'm saying Devin, Haney, Rolly, and, a lot of these guys, Richardson Hitchens, everybody in the IBF that's ranked pretty much, they don't really have any urgency to fight Subriel Matias. So let's talk about it, right? Because really and truthfully, I remember as early last year, and even before early last year, like 2022, summer 2022, I remember when Subriel Matias, before he was champion, when he was getting ready to fight Haney was a tough Argentinian contender and whatnot. He took forever to fight Matias due to visa issues, right? Conveniently. Never had no visa issues his whole career. All of a sudden, he got visa issues when it's time to fight Matias. So there's that, right? Regis Prograis, before he beat Zepeda for the world title, was saying that nobody want to fight me, right? And then as he was saying that, Subriel Matias is literally screaming from the mountaintops that he wanted to fight him. And it literally took Regis Prograis a whole year until after he became champion to even acknowledge Subriel Matias. So it was like, I remember Prograis didn't really show too much ambition to fight him. This is actually an article right here of Matias telling Prograis in March of last year, March 2023, that he wants to put Regis Prograis in the damn hospital, right? And there really still wasn't, there wasn't too much interaction from him and Prograis, right? Now, as far as Teofimo, right, I like Teofimo Lopez. Whether he wants to acknowledge it or not, he is one of South Florida's very own, a product of the Davie Powell, grew up in Broward County. I got a lot of love for Teofimo Lopez. He's one of my favorite fighters in boxing. The plan for Top Rank, as you guys can see right there, this was reported on December 11th. The plan for Top Rank was always to have Teofimo Lopez fight Subriel Matias in June, on June 7th and June 8th of the Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend, which I think would be a big deal for Top Rank and for just the sport of boxing in general. It'd be a unification fight, but obviously Teofimo Lopez has to take care of Jermaine Ortiz on February 8th, so we can't talk too much about that right now. But look, Teofimo Lopez has fought Lomachenko. He's fought Josh Taylor. I will give him a little leeway because he's been the two-time lineal champion. He's been the man that's beat the man twice in 2 weight classes. So I give him a little bit of leeway. But still, even with him, my eyes are like, do you really want to fight Subriel Matias? You know, because these guys don't really show that ambition. I talked to Teofimo Sr. at the WBA convention at like 3 in the morning at the bar one night. And he gave me his assurance that they are targeting Subriel Matias should they be victorious against Jermaine Ortiz. So I'll be watching that space very, very closely. And I won't be really coming down too hard on Teofimo Lopez until after the Jermaine Ortiz fight, you know. So there's that, right? Now, Richard Hitchens, another really good fighter. Got a lot of respect for the kid that they call Africa, you know, from New York. I think he's improved a lot over the years. He's developed into one of the top contenders and has one of the best jabs in the sport. But it's crazy, right? Because he's been moving up the IBF rankings all this time. Turned down IBF eliminators with Ergashev and everything, right? And I give him his respect because at least he talks about Matias. A lot of these guys don't even talk about Subriel Matias. They don't even like to mention him. So I give him that much respect. But he said on a couple of occasions that he doesn't want to fight Matias because of the IBF's 10-pound rehydration clause and because it's too hard on him. And my thing is this. Okay, well, if that's the case, then him and his esteemed manager, Keith Connolly, they better go to the IBF as soon as possible and tell them to be removed from the rankings because they just ordered him to fight Jack Catterall. I believe the purse bid is soon. That's supposed to be a final eliminator. So my thing is, if you don't have any ambition to fight for the IBF title against Subriel Matias, then Connolly asked to be removed from the rankings because that's the route you guys have been going, you know. And sometimes fighters don't know the rankings, but I'm just saying, like, he don't really seem too keen on the idea because of the rehydration clause. So, you know, we'll see what happens with him, but, you know, I'm a little disappointed in him. And my thing with Richard Hitchens is if it's that much of a burden on you to make the weight in the rehydration clause, then move up to 47. You know, he's a big guy. He's got the frame to fight at welterweight. So that's my thoughts here. I'm not trying to demean him. I mean, I respect him. I thought he gave good reasons to why he's not trying to fight him right away. He acknowledged that Matias is a fantastic fighter, which most of those guys don't even do. So I respect Hitchens for doing that, but still, he don't really have that full ambition because of the whole rehydration clause. So I'm a little disappointed with him. You look at Devin Haney, right? Let's talk about Devin Haney, right? Because Devin Haney, he's the guy that, let's just be real. When you look at the YouTube box community, when I go around and I just see the videos that are being posted, I know there's a lot of Devin Haney dick riders on YouTube. I know, you know, Bill Haney's cool with a lot of channels. So a lot of channels do post nothing but positive stuff about Devin Haney. Now, look, I'm neither negative or positive. I'm indifferent towards Devin. I like Devin. I think he's a good fighter. I think Devin cares about legacy. Devin Haney showed that he cares about legacy. He's been undisputed. He went to Australia and signed an unfavorable contract to do that against George Kambosos twice. Had to beat him twice to get out of Australia. So I respect him. Been undisputed at a very young age. Went out to 140, fought Regis Prograis, who was a legitimate WBC champion. So I got respect for the kid. I got respect for the young man, Devin Haney. But there was a bunch of tomfoolery and nonsense going on with him. You know, his dad was saying that basically they made Matias a $4 million offer, and OG Bill, much respect to him, I know he's subscribed to this platform. OG Bill, he said that he spoke to Peter Khan about fighting Matias, but the thing is, Peter Khan doesn't represent and has nothing to do with Subriel Matias, so he kind of put his foot in his own mouth, and Matias wound up going on social media and posting the names of his representatives, and even posted the phone number. It got that serious where he literally posted the phone number on Instagram. So, you know, I've heard Devin be asked about Matias during Regis Prograis fight week. He didn't sound ambitious about the idea of fighting Matias, but I'm gonna say it like this: I don't even care if Devin loses the fight. If Devin even does so much as step in the boxing ring with Subriel Matias, he automatically, in my eyes, becomes the most respected 140-pounder in the world because these guys don't want to fight him. So you got that. And I think Rob Valenzuela said it best. Shout out to Rob Valenzuela. He was asked about what's going on at 40 with these guys, and he pretty much said, look, they're not going to give him attention. They don't want to talk about him. He's too dangerous, and they're not going to want to do it. And he's speaking about Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. So look, I understand that this boxing game's a business. I understand that, you know, you gotta do what you feel is the best move, but this is still a sport, and Matias is having so many great performances in a row that he's becoming unignorable. He's becoming hard to ignore. And my thing is, whether it be now or be later, Haney or Lopez or Rolly, because that's another one. Rolly might have to come see him too. Roy expressed he don't want to fight him in the past. So I'm hoping that someone steps up to the plate, because every man that's stepped foot in the ring with Subriel Matias has gotten beaten up. Even in the only loss he had against Petros Anion, he got beaten up. And it's like every time I hear an interview, again, Honor Barbosa Jr., when he was asked who he wants next in his career, he mentioned Rolly, he mentioned Tio, he mentioned Devin. No mention of Subriel Matias in his post-fight interview. I have heard Honor Barbosa be asked about Subriel Matias, and he did say he would fight Subriel Matias on the Boxing Voice. But again, I think it's very telling that when these fighters are asked who do they want to fight, and they're not intentionally asked about Matias, they don't mention Matias. And it's like, y'all are acting like he brings no value to the table. He's Puerto Rican. He's got a growing fan base in the sport. And he's becoming what he is, must-see TV, and people are starting to really catch on with that. And he's the IBF champion. So, like, do y'all not want to be champion? It's like, I know in the IBF rankings, I've seen so many fighters over the last year turn down eliminators with Shojahan Ergashev before Ergashev got the shot at Matias. And part of it was, yes, I do think a lot of those fighters did view Ergashev as a danger. But I also think these fighters and their handlers didn't want to be in line to fight Matias. So, like, the guys like Liam Paro, Andy Hiroka, Richardson Hitchens, pretty much anybody who would turn on eliminated with Shojahan Ergashev. Yes, Ergashev was a tough fight and the money wasn't great. But at the same time, I also think part of that was, look, we don't want to be in line to fight Matias right away because we just feel the risk isn't worth the reward. So I'm going to agree with my boy Miracle Boy Boxing and just say that, look, Subriel Matias is exposing a lot of fighters for who they aren't at 140. Not for who they are, but for who they aren't. Because if they truly were serious about wanting to make the fight and be the best in the division and really stick the flag in the ground and say, look, I'm the king, I'm the top dog, I am the alpha male of this weight class, they'd be fighting Subriel Matias next, and that's not happening. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping Matias continue to stay busy, continue to raise his value, raise his profile in the sport, and start fighting in more Puerto Rican markets. Start fighting in places like, New York City, Orlando, even here in Miami would be great for him. Just anywhere where there's a lot of Puerto Ricans where he could really grow that fan base. Take a fight back to the island, He hasn't really been afforded that opportunity, and I just think that that needs to be the next thing on the menu for him in his career. So I don't care if it's Prograis, I don't care if it's Barroso. Someone got to come get the smoke from Subriel Matias, and he's slowly but surely becoming the people's champion. He's talking disrespectfully to these guys on Instagram, and they continue to show that they don't want any smoke, that they don't want no parts of Subriel Matias. And so everyone that's a champion or a top contender on 140, they've already shown their true colors. The jury's still out on Teofimo Lopez because, again, the plan's already been laid out, as I'll show you guys once more. The plan has already been laid out for June 7th and June 8th, and this was reported back last month on December 11th that they want to make Teofimo Lopez versus Matias on Puerto Rican Day weekend. So we'll see what his energy is like after the Jermaine Ortiz fight, if he beats Ortiz, and then we will judge him accordingly. But, yeah, these guys don't want to fight with Matias, and I'm going to keep covering it because this is a guy that deserves the big fights. He deserves our time. He deserves our energy. He deserves our attention. He's fun to watch. He's must-see TV, and he's a damn good fighter. He's one of these guys. They say, and even a lot of the big-time boxing media, I've heard, like, a lot of the quote-unquote big channels, right? I've heard them downplay Matias, and it's like, man, you guys keep saying what he isn't, but I know exactly what he is, and he's a dangerous man that is capable, if you're not careful, of deleting you off this earth. And that's not to glorify what happened with Dadashev. That's just to tell you the truth about the harsh realities of fighting Subriel Matias. So, yeah, just wanted to talk about that. Shout out to Miracle Boy Boxing for the inspiration to make the video. I'll leave his video that inspired me to make this one in the pinned comment and in the description, so you guys can check that out and go check his channel and go subscribe to him and tell him I sent you, because he's doing really good work, and he just gives you guys good level-headed boxing talk. No beef, no BS, just good old-fashioned boxing talk. So shout out to Miracle Boy Boxing, shout out to Puerto Rican Boxing, shout out to Subriel Matias, who's restoring honor, pride, and respectability back to Puerto Rican boxing as a whole. So yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think of the big names, like the guys like Tio, Haney, Prograis, Rolly, Barroso, Hitchens, Paro, Andy Hiroka? Who steps up to the plate and who takes the Subriel Matias test at 140. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. We're here at the Hatanaka Boxing Gym in Nagoya, Japan. And for more great videos just like this one, make sure you guys click right here.